Hello friends, welcome to my channel Hima Education Made Easy. In our previous videos, we have seen Python lambda function, where we have seen the syntax, where we have seen lambda arguments is to expression, where we can have number of arguments in this lambda function, but expression should be of only one. And then we have moved towards array, Python arrays, how we are going to have Python arrays. But whenever you are going to use one dimensional array, we can use the simple list can be used, and how we can change the elements of an array, and how we can access the elements, how to count the elements, then using of for loop. These are all the things we have seen in previous classes. In today's class, we are going to discuss about Python objects and classes. So Python class or objects, we are going to discuss now. Then Python is an object-oriented programming language. Almost everything in Python is an object with its properties and methods. A class is like an object constructor, or we can say it as a blueprint for creating an object. So here, first we need to create a class. So here, in order to create a class, simply we need to mention class. Okay, so here I'm going to mention class. So this is what the simple keyword we are going to use, and then we can define any class. Okay, so here I'm going to define my class, and I'm going to give a variable of x is equal to 10. I'm going to give. Okay, so here this is how we are going to define class, and now we'll be moving towards an object. We can use class name by class to create an object. Okay, so here we are going to create an object now. So here I'm going to go with person1 as an object, and to which I'm going to assign class. Okay, so here I'm going to assign class. Okay, so here whenever I call this one, I need to have an output of person1 dot x. Okay, so this is what I need to have. So here I'm going to run it. So what output will I be able to get? Here is 10. Okay, this is what the output 10 we have got over here. Okay, so here simply we can say it as so here this one is class, and this one is an object inside a class. Okay, so here as we move on for further classes, we will be able to understand this thing very clearly. So here now we'll go with int function, init function. So init function can be defined with two underscores, and then followed by init, and then followed by two underscores, then close the brackets. This is what the syntax for init functions. Okay, the example which we have taken in above, right here, are classes and objects in their simplest form, and are not really useful in real life application. To understand the meaning of classes, we have to understand the concept called built-in function, that is init built-in function. All classes have functions called init function, which is always executed when the class is being initiated. Use init function to assign values to object properties or other operations that are necessary to do when the object is being created. Okay, so here already we have defined a class. So here I'm going to change my class name to family. Okay, so here I'm going to change the class to family, and then I'm going to delete everything what I have created now, so that we'll be going with a fresh example. Under family, we'll be having a init function. So in order to define init function, we are going to use define init of self, in which I'm going to add self will come automatically. Okay, so here whatever the arguments you want to pass, you can pass. over here. So here name I'm going to pass, and then age also I'm going to pass over here. Okay. Then I'm going to define self dot name is equal to name. Okay. So here you can see this one is getting highlighted. So whenever we call self dot name, the name has to be called. Similarly, we are going to define self dot age. So until and unless we give the age argument to some variable, it won't get highlighted. You can see that over here. So here name got highlighted and age isn't got highlighted. So whenever you assign this thing to some variable, so here it will get highlighted automatically. Okay, you can see that thing. So here in this family I want to define person 1 first. Person 1 has family. So here person 1 belongs to a class of family where his name is Sudarshan and his age is 27. This is what it represents. So here it will automatically take it as a self function, and then it goes into class as a family because we have used family of. So here arguments are name and age. Name we have assigned as Sudarshan and age we have assigned as 27. So here we are going to print these things. Print of. So here person 1 dot name I want to have, and then I want to have print of print of person 1 dot age I want to have. So here I want to see whether this one is called by this init function or not in a class family. For that purpose I'm verifying it. So here I got it as person 1 dot name, it has taken as Sudarshan, and person 1 dot age it has taken as 27. Okay, so here we need to remember that the init function is called automatically every time the class is being used to create a new object. Okay, so object methods can also contain different methods. So methods in object function are that belong to the object. Okay, so now we'll create one more function in this function. So here we have already defined an init function. In this function also we can define a new function. So here in order to do that I'm going to define a new function. So here my function itself. My function I'm going to define it as, so in bracket automatically it will take self in a class, and then here I want to print of hello, my name is, and then I want to add my name over there. So for that purpose I'm going to add self dot name. Okay, so here I'm going to call this function afterwards. Okay, after printf statement I'm going to call this statement because already we have seen that what is person name and person age, it will remain as it is, and then here I'm going to define person 1 dot person 1 dot my function, right, my function of so here with the help of this person 1 I'm going to use this function which is defined in a class, and as well as I'm going to use another function which is defined in that same class. Okay, so here I'm going to run it so that here I'll be able to get an output of hello, my name is Sudarshan from a second function which we have defined now, and the first two print statements I have taken from init self function. Okay, so here the self parameter is referred to the current instances of the classes and is used to access variables that belongs to the classes. Okay, the self parameter is a reference to the current instance of classes and is used to access variables that belongs to the class. It does not have to be named self. You can call it whenever you like, but it has to be first parameter of any function in the class. Okay, so here self will come automatically. There is no need for us to call it each and every time. It will come automatically whenever we take it. Okay, so here can we modify the object properties? This is what the next question comes to us. So here we can modify the properties on an object, like so here person age we have given as 27. We can reduce or increase it. So here for that purpose we need to go with person 1 dot age is equal to 18. I want to change. Okay, so here if I run it, what output will I be getting? So here after everything we have taken this. So before itself we can, if we take this function, then only it will give us an output in an appropriate manner. So here after giving the arguments to this person, I'm going to change this one over here. So here if I run it, so here age has been replaced with 18. Similarly, we can change the name also. So here name we can change it with something called Ram. Okay, so frequently I use the word Ram. So here we can change. So it affects all the functions which are there in a class. So similarly here we can delete the objects by using delete keyword. So here in order to do that, so here if we go with del simple format for deletion. So this is a del keyword. So here delete person 1. So what happens, what output will I be getting? We'll see now. So here person 1 is not defined. Okay, this is what the output came, because after creating a person, that is object in this class, we have deleted this one so that we are not able to process the next print statement, and the thing calling of the function has failed. Class definition cannot be empty, but if you for some reason have a class definition with no content, that is argument, uh, we can put the statement pass simply. Okay, so here after getting everything, so here I want to have something called pass. Okay, so here what output will I be getting? So here it will get simply passed. Or here if you are not having any thing after defining this one, also we can go with pass, so that here name person 1 is not defined. So here we can delete this one too. So here if we run it, we'll be able to see that no error will be seen. Okay, this is how this class and objects will be created. With this, we'll be winding up this video, and next we'll be seeing about Python inheritance. Okay, so in order to understand inheritance, you need to be thorough with this what is class and what is object in a class. How do we define number of functions inside a class? Okay, so if that is clear, then we'll move on to the next session called inheritance. Okay, so with this I will be winding up the video. If you like the video, please do like, share and subscribe. Thank you.